Hi guys, this is my 38th video. First, I want to thank anybody who's been watching the video. I hope it helps cope and deal with what's going on. And I appreciate all the comments, and I hope that things are getting better for you and that you're staying strong. As I mentioned in past videos, I'm keeping my identity as try to maintain it, hidden for a reason. I know that uh, you know I don't want this to be used against me. I know how this thing might sound, and I understand that this is what it's meant to do. I understand that what's happening to us, target individual, is something that could be used against us, and they can say that this is something that has to do with mental issues, but we all know it's not. Fortunately, we've been chosen to be in this program where we are just we're subjects to certain experimentations, which includes technology that's capable to input and control and manipulate and do so much more things to your body and to your mind. And so when you say that out loud, it does sound like you're schizophrenic, which is the point of this. But truth is, I have no shame, but I just don't want this to be used against me. And so that's why I keep my, I don't show my face on camera, or I try not to. But today in this video, I want to talk about the psyops and what they try to, the false persona that you keep trying to force us to accept via V2K, via the gang stalking, via the repetition. Some of us target individuals, we are forced to hear same things every day. They've changed our way of thinking. They rewire our way of thinking. They do so much degrading things to us in a psychological way. So I think it's called psychotronic torture, where they just do so much to a way of thinking. I've talked about it in so many other videos. So some of the stimulation, some of the perception manipulation, some of the manipulation of memories, some of the sensations, the way you see things, the way you perceive things, all of that's changed, and it's changed in the most perverted. And not to say that I'm a perfect individual. I'm far from a saint, but this level of perversion is so disturbing, and you can read in between the line what it is. A lot of you target individuals are experiencing the same thing, especially when it comes to the dream manipulations. So you know what it is. It's not the normal things. It's just the extremely disgusting, deranged things that they input in our way of thinking and in our mind. But they also try to, with the concept of gaslighting, with the concept, when I mean the concept is very lightly said, because this is to another level. I don't think they try to force you to accept this false persona and try to make you stress about it, and it's basically psyops, and they try to tell you who you are and try to make you believe that you're that when they're controlling that, and they know it's not, but they all and initially you are so defensive, defensive, as in like, no, it's like, obviously you guys are trying to make me think like this is coming from me. You have this it's weird. So this, for me personally, as I mentioned, this I do experience the gaslighting from the gang stalking portion of it, where there's perps, I live with people, they slam the doors, they do the same noise campaign that we all heard of. They repeat things, degrading things, and they want you to accept certain things, and they say things and trying to push you to accept this persona. And initially I was really combative. I tried to, I was fighting and saying that, actually trying to defend myself, like say something about it, and And I just realized that this is just a game to them, and they know that, but they want you you know to just go back and forth. They want you to keep going in circle, and so they do the same thing. They implant the same nasty stuff. They try to play around with different memories. They exaggerate things. They disturb. They put disturbing things in it. They use disturbing application of stimulations in a worse way. For me, they try to bring up things I've done in middle school and exaggerate it to make it more grotesque. They go through your childhood, anything that they can try to embarrass you. And mind you, with me, V2K has capability of getting to your memories, implant new memories, add to the memories, and change a lot of things. And for me, they do a lot of disturbing, disgusting thing day and night. The dream manipulations. Every night there's some kind of disturbing manipulation. The stimulations are very disgusting. Is they can, as you heard many other testimonies with stimulation, they do stimulate private parts. Uh, in so many other ways, so many demeaning ways. And with that being said, I just wanna, I want all the target individuals, especially women, that dealing with that, uh, be strong. I know this is tough, and it's such a low level of degradation, and the people that are involved, you would think that they, they would not even be near this thing, but please be strong. They have reconfigured their way of thinking to be able to do what they're doing, and so it's something bigger, and they've accepted. They don't see us anymore as people. They dehumanize the target individual so they can be able to do this. That's why they, at first, I keep saying at first, I was super shocked. I thought I was the only one, but I was shocked thinking that they would do that to me. And then I was open to, I saw what, I heard about being a target individual and saw the different victims, and victims that are much more vulnerable than me are enduring the same type of torture. And at first I was shocked they were able to do that to me, and said, what kind of person would do that to me? And then finding out they do that to women with children, they do that to children, they do that to elders, people who are very vulnerable. And then that's why now I'm like, okay, well, if they're capable to do that to so many vulnerable people, there's no limit. So for me, really, it's just honestly, you know, it's not as bad, because they can do that to people more vulnerable, and they keep saying things they claim that you've done to people. And initially, I keep saying I try to reach out to anybody who they say that I've abused, that took advantage of, or something like that, where I was trying to reach out to them, and finding out that it's just being I'm being messed with, and they don't care about anybody. They do that to people very vulnerable. What they project on me is what they actually do, and there's people that speak about it, and what they claim I've done as a middle schooler, they have to exaggerate it, and they have to make me perceive me as an adult, not as a child that did something stupid as a child, and they have to exaggerate things. They have to implant a lot of nasty thoughts, a lot of bad inputs. Everything goes into some disturbing things. It's just disturbing, but you guys know what it is. I don't want to go too much in details, but a perception, they try to piece things together that makes no sense, trying to create false patterns, and they depattern me first, and then create this false pattern, trying to take different things and trying to piece together in such a it's obvious that they know that obviously that you're not what they claim, but it's to them, it's the game to see how far you're gonna go with accepting this. So in this video, I want to talk about not subscribing to it at all. Don't even go back and forth. Just say yeah for sure. Yeah, and just take as it is. It's just full of crap, and so just say yes, of course, yes, you're right, I subscribe to whatever you say, you're absolutely right. I just make a mockery of what they say, um, because it's nonsensical. These people know you from all level, and so they know that's not true, but they're redesigning you to be something else by by implanting nasty crap, by manipulating a lot of things, trying to nitpick things and trying to create this new you, this new persona in the most disturbing, disgusting way. And so they will, if they will try to find something that that you might think about, that knowing that what they actually do. So one, nobody's perfect. We might all have done dumb things, especially in our youth. All right, but remember who they are. Okay, do not fall for these psyops, because for me, I keep saying they act like they're just here to revenge and they do this, and then they try to be such a feminist, they're like radical, or and then when that does not work, they try to change. I mean, and then I listen to one testimony of a woman that's been destroyed, not destroyed, but that's been terrorized, tortured for years, and then she comes and she's trying to find help, here in New York, and reach out to some kind of, you know, national women organization in hopes that they can help her, and they just ignore her, So, it's not you are not. Do not even waste your time trying to defend yourself in these things. They're people that do disgusting things. I made the mistake of initially going back and forth. It was stressing because they would put me in the light that I didn't, it doesn't make sense to me. And they say all these things I've done, and I'll look at it as like, this is just dumb things. It doesn't make sense. And then who I've might have, you know, who I might have done wrong to, and I'm there like, going to my Facebook trying to reach out to somebody I've been talking decades, and try to so my point is, however they present themselves, whatever falsified views they're trying to implant in you, whatever things they're trying to bring up, whatever exaggerated things they're trying to create, know what they do. These people are in a program, participants, knowing that there's children that are being tortured. Some end up dying. There's women that are being remotely raped, sexually tortured for years, every day. And there's people who lose their life, end up killing, because they've been tormented to the point where they kill or they kill themselves. So, would you ever even argue with people like that who try to say that you've done wrong? You won't. So they're gonna do the same psyops. So they're gonna laugh. They're gonna play the game they play. Do not fall for it. I live with different roommates around here. Um, if they start playing with the psyops things out loud when they start talking, and then it repeats and do the trigger words, I just press play in one of the testimonies, and just look at them and say, okay, so I don't even, I have a speaker, I press play, and I do my thing, and they try to talk over it. They become very agitated because they cover up, trying to be this. This psyop ends up not matching up with what they claim to be, and they try to frustrate you. And I look at them as, you guys are the lowest of the low. There's nothing worse to. It's one thing to own up to what you are. You're part of this program that destroy many women and children, and you play this feminist radical person. You play this person who's there insulting people of all disgusting things. When you do that in this program, knowing what you're putting in people's head, and I'm supposed to look at you as what? Initially, obviously, I was trying. There was a back and forth. Now I see you. I see the front. I see what you are. You're a front. You're a fraud. And so there's no need to even subscribe to that. Do not try to argue with it. Do not even try to debate with it. Just say, yes, of course. Yes, I submit to you. Yes, absolutely. You are. Whatever you claim, I believe you. All the testimonies I heard about those men and women and children suffering, because of this program, it's all false. You tell me the truth. Do not subscribe to this. Do not even waste your time. I know it's annoying. I'm isolated. I live with a bunch of perps, some from all over the world. I'm in New York. New York is the capital of the world. And so every other month, there's new perps from different countries. There's some from Europe. There's some from, South America. And and then they come and they do the same thing, the same BS. And some coming from different states, and so you just they just see them as the low life as they are. There's no way to cover up what you guys are part of. And then when they try to bring up things, one, they're gonna exaggerate the crap out of it. Two, you're gonna look at it, it's like, are you serious? You tell me about this when you do all of that? When you destroy these people's life? You serious? You told me about the thing I've done in middle school when I was barely hitting puberty, and you have to exaggerate all this. You tell me about this person. You say that when you destroy all these people's life, it just doesn't. It doesn't connect, and so understand that's what it is. It is they vilify you in any ways possible, and they'll vilify some of the most innocent, vulnerable people. And so nobody's perfect, but trust me, they are not the people who should say anything about that. And they're gonna exaggerate things. They're gonna vilify it in any ways. They have no shame. They will do it, and as a game. Do not even give them their energy. And I'm saying that so I can also watch this video, and when I get to the point, when I get frustrated, I can watch the video, and hopefully it calms me down, because it's just the disgusting things they do, and I know what they do and what they do to me. Forget about even what they do to others, what they've done to me, and they try to it's easy to just lose control, but you have to remember that's what they want. And whatever they say when you're out of pain, these people have done some horrendous things, and they try to distance themselves sometimes from it, but we all know this is connected. So when they talk about patterns, there's nothing more of a pattern than what they do. This, if you can listen to somebody's testimony in Germany, or in Lithuania, or in Eastern Europe, wherever, and you can relate to that, or you can listen to a testimony that was 15 years ago, and this it matches yours, that's when that's a pattern. That's obvious that this is all connected in some fashion. Now, the rest, probably I'll never know exactly the connection. I know where this started for me. It's typical. Some people say is, for me, it was also an employer that was very, it was the signs were there, and started after I started working for an employer. It was very, very, very well connected in this country. Politically and business wise, and so there's no doubt for me. There's no doubt where it came from. And I know this story there's a lot of people in the same situation where their targeting started when they start working for an employer, or they something had to do with the ex-employer, which is the case for me. Um, so I know where my targeting started. But with that being said, this what I'm trying to say here is we this psyop, especially if you have if you deal with um, gang stalking is very is one thing. It's bad, and job mobbing, and that that's at least not. It's bad. It's really bad. I can imagine that being effective, but when you add V2K to it, and there's the technology of synthetic telepathy and V2K, and this extremely sophisticated technology that can completely rewire your thinking process, that can control your way of thinking. It can implant so much stuff that can stimulate you in different fashions and can change your perception, that has this vast range of control of your brain and your body, and that's a whole different beast. And so that's when you can see yourself completely change in your way of thinking, and completely feel like you're out of your body. This is not your body anymore. Somebody else is just controlling your ways. It's not, you're not you anymore. You're just somebody else's. Is You're just like a vessel somebody else can control and add so much stuff. And they get so frustrated when when you're not going according to their persona. It's just, they literally give it's like just, you know they start doing the noise campaign. It's like when you get off that signal, that's when, when you get off that persona, when something clicks up. That's all I can. I don't know if I can explain it better, but when you get off this false persona, range that they have set in your mind, when you feel like yourself for a second, that's when you hear like noise campaign, just people slamming doors, and then you get back to like this weird phase of mind where you feel like somebody else is controlling your mind. It's like they can put you back in this state with the noise campaign. But when you get off that, it's just something they have to start doing a bunch of noise campaign. And they've been doing so much more direct energy weaponry. The radiation has been so much higher. I probably need to go and get checked and see what's going on in my body, but it's been increased at the extremely high. I feel my body, my kidneys, my stomach area, my back, my spine has been hit big time. My knee, my ankle, big time. My neck, just sore. My legs are sore, and as if I've been working out the day before when I didn't work out. So they've been more aggressive toward that. I think it's because I'm becoming less and less acceptive of their persona. So they're cranking up the different tortures in hope that it's gonna make me behave and stick to this false persona. It's just typical torture where you're torturing to accepting something that's not true. With enough torture you go down. But I'd rather be, like I keep saying, I'd rather be on this side being tortured every day in hell, and deal with all these nasty things than do what they do. There's nothing that can, I will not be at peace. I have to medicate myself to do what they do. It's just so toxic. It's and so much baggage, and just why would you do that for so long? It feels like so unhealthy, to even be part of this. And I don't know how much benefit they get out of it. I don't know if they feel like it will give them so much opportunity in the future, or maybe they connect with people, powerful people, or they have this sense of group thinking. So obviously it's a large network. This is global, so I can imagine there's a lot of benefits in that side, but just at what cost? I don't know. But if they sign up for it, good for them. I think it's they deserve being part of that in this fashion. and they'll be reimbursed in one way or another, because things like that just, you end up, you know, keep getting paid for what you've done, for this kind of things. You cannot be your conscious is something that can haunt you whenever. It doesn't have to be today, doesn't have to be in 3 years, but it comes back. And so me, I'm becoming more and more a piece of who I am. I never claimed to be perfect. I've never been perfect. If matter of fact, I thought I was always, just regular. I've not, I'm not perfect. I never claimed to be, but now I feel more, you know, spiritual or a higher level. Even though I get tortured and I did have disgusting thoughts, and they try to put things in my head over and over, and they try to manipulate my memories and try to put things, they keep me in a negative state of mind and try to make me think of this. Remember when you did it? Like things that disgusting, sometimes exaggerated, or things that just makes, like, come on. I'm listening to people being tortured every day, like, it's just, but keeping me in a state of mind that's always negative. But even with all that they do to me, I still feel, when I look at myself in whatever state, when I walk around and there's a bunch of perps around me, I've never felt that feeling where I feel like I'm better than those people. I never thought I was better than anybody, but now I feel like I'm a better person than any of these people around me. I never had this feeling until this, and I know they're torturing me, and it's harming me in so many ways. But in that state of mind of, I feel like I'm a better person than you, and I never had that thought before, but now I do. So what I'm trying to say is, do not subscribe with this BS. They will say anything. We know this technology has the capability to do so much to your brain and capture your memories, implant different memories, add things to it, and grab, and and try to exaggerate things and change your perceptions and add some sensations, and trying to make you feel like you're a terrible human being, and trying to pull out anything, and just remember what they are and what they do. I don't even subscribe to it. I've heard so many testimonies of horrendous things they do, and it's just common. And at first I was shocked. Like I said, I was super shocked when that this happened to me. I couldn't imagine, why would you even do that to me, and then I seen some of the other targeted individual, and I was like, okay, if they do that to them, then it's not, then it's just, there's no limit to who they do that to. So be strong in knowing who you are. Do not fall for the psyops. They're definitely not telling you who you are, they're not telling you the real you, as we know what they do. They're just telling you who they want you to be, so they can feel comfortable doing what they're doing, and they can see you hate yourself and be suicidal. And just know that that's just a psyop. It's just gaslighting you and creating a false persona. For me, it's obvious. It's so disturbing. It's so disgusting. But do not fall for this false persona. Do not fall for this vilification. Whatever, nobody's perfect, but understand who's trying to change you. And remember the exaggerations. Remember the false memories and the false narratives. So remember that, and don't even waste your time arguing back and forth. Just say yes, of course, yes, in a very condescending way, so they know that you're not gonna waste. It's like, yes, I subscribe to you. That's why, it's like, yeah, in the street when they pass by, I was like, hey, thumbs up, you good job, you did your job. I heard your BS. I know that, your script. So Sometimes I used to clap, when they did like their little, scripts. So, quick clap, good job, you did your job, great. I subscribe, good. So to all my TIs, stay strong and know that justice will be done one way or another. Know that you have more honor and dignity in your pinky that they have in their whole life. So try to stay healthy in any ways you can. And I'm saying things, I'm preaching something, hoping that I can practice the same thing. And trust me, I have days where I'm on a feel very low, and it takes a lot to maintain strength. But I just want to make sure that I always leave some kind of video, and in case something does happen, which I'm not scared of, that somebody can take, that I can provide some help to somebody, moral help. I know he helped me finding out that there was people like that were going through the same thing. A lot of people, and it helped me, and I want to do the same, and I want to leave that. And just in case something does happen, I am getting radiated, and that could impact my health in so many ways. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that justice will be done one way or another. It doesn't have to be today or tomorrow, but stay strong. One thing for sure: do not fall for this false narrative. The way they try to vilify you. Do not fall for this false persona. Okay, be strong, guys, and God bless you. Thank you.